What's up, everybody? Tim Keelastri. We're gonna hit every muscle, and my goal is to give you some good tips and tricks. We got a full body workout. Let's get into this. So when you think of electrolytes, think of the goal is to squeeze. It's eerily quiet. At least I won't get a copyright strike. As far as creatine is concerned, one more. We haven't even hit legs yet. Damn it! But we're not done. I've done every type of split you could think of, and I feel like just the fact that you're working your entire body all on the same day, I feel like you're burning more calories that way. You want to burn off some fat. You haven't done full body. You've got to give it a try. When it comes to shoulders, you can do presses all day long. That's going to work a lot of those front delts, and they'll get nice and big, right? If you keep doing that. Only problem with that is it kind of puts your posture where you have those shoulders that hunch forward a little bit, and we don't want that. We want to bring them back. So you got to hit that middle delt and definitely the rear delt. Form's starting to get bad. So let's get those out of the way. Let's get the rear delt in. 3 seconds. That's 3. If you're pushing with intensity, you're going to failure. That's really all you need. There's no point in sitting here doing 5 or 6 sets and just not even going hard, man. Just go hard. 1 or 2 sets and then move on. We'll do some preacher curls, really put some size on the arms. And then I'm gonna show you what I do right after that as a superset that takes biceps to the next level. So keep in mind too, like if you're doing full body only 2 or 3 times a week, then it really doesn't matter. You can kind of stick to the same exercises because you're spreading out that volume. For instance, yesterday for biceps, right? I worked the brachialis. I did a lot of hammer curls. So today we're going with our traditional preacher curls. It's just working a slightly different part of the bicep, and that way I'm not overtraining it. Oh, by the way, what do you guys think about these Jordan 1 low tops in the green and white? I was just joking with one of my buddies here. He's like, man, you always got some nice looking shoes, man. I don't want to look like I just woke up coming in here. I want to look like I'm prepared. I still don't spend a lot for shoes. I got these from Burlington, so if you have one near you, pop in. I got these for 40 bucks. Come on. One more. Let's head straight over. Whew. So those are good for size, but we're not done. Grab a cable, because you're gonna need it. And we're really gonna make sure that we put some definition in these biceps now. You don't need a resistance band that's too difficult, because really, I'm going slow and controlled, and I just wanna focus on that squeeze, right? And just get as many reps as I can. I'm not counting them. There's really no need. You wanna feel these, right? And once I feel like I can't really get a full rep anymore, I might try to get another one, but that's about it. With these two, you want the cable to kind of be parallel with the bottom of your chest, exactly where you're getting that squeeze at. I want to let these go all the way, right? Get that full stretch into here, and then squeeze. This is not about how strong we can get, how much weight you can curl. This is only about how much you can squeeze that bicep, force it to grow. And I really like these for definition right after we do something like we just did for mass and size. Okay. When you think of electrolytes, think of electricity. And what happens if you're not plugged into the outlet and you're trying to get some power, right? It's just not gonna be where you want it to be, and a lot of times it's not gonna work. So get that electricity in, get those electrolytes in. What I do is I just squeeze a lemon and a lime right into my water once daily with some creatine. That's it, I'm good to go. If you're noticing that you're not able to push through and get to the end of your workouts, you're getting super tired the further you go on, check and make sure you're getting your electrolytes in. Man, it's quiet in here today. This is weird. It's eerily quiet. At least I won't get a copyright strike. All right, so yesterday for back, all I did was pullovers. So I want to throw in some lat pull downs today. And I like to set my grip here, just a standard grip, just slightly outside of the shoulder. And get a good quality set in here. We're gonna superset this too, so I'll show you what we're gonna do once I can't get any more of these. But let's go. As far as creatine is concerned, we used to say the max was about 5 grams a day. I'm doing about 10. I feel absolutely fine. And I've heard people go as high as 15, 20 grams a day. So if you don't have the creatine currently in your repertoire, start adding that. That's gonna help you push through. It's gonna give you some additional reps. You're gonna feel a little stronger once it gets into your system too. And recently we know that it's good for your brain. Okay, so we're gonna go straight in now with close grip. Without any breaks, any rest, we don't need to drop the weight either. Let's go right into it. One more. You'll notice I try to keep good form. Even though we're going to failure, we don't want to break that. We want to make beautiful art. We're not power lifters. The goal is not to just rock and jerk. The goal is to squeeze in that muscle. That's what you want. So I might start out where I do something with about 15 to 20 reps, and then I want to stay within that 10 to 15 rep range for that second warm-up set, just to make sure that the blood is pumping into that muscle that I'm trying to hit for that day. Once I'm done with my warm-up sets, I'm going into a straight heavy set, all out to failure. I'll probably do 2 of those if I'm feeling really good. So 2 all-out sets to failure. On chest, because yesterday I did a lot of heavy presses, today I'm just doing an isolation movement. We're getting some flies in here. On these, what I like to do to make sure I'm not activating too much of my shoulder, because I've had a rotator cuff injury before in the past. I know a lot of you guys out there have probably dealt with stuff like that. That's the last thing you want, because you're gonna be out of the gym if that happens. So I try to make sure that my elbow is in line with the cable here, if you can see. That way I'm primarily working my chest and not my shoulders or other muscles. But on these, we're coming out and just getting a good squeeze. We haven't even hit legs yet. So sometimes I'll start with legs first just to get the blood flowing throughout the body. And some people really think that if you start with legs first, that really helps produce some additional muscle growth throughout the body. Could be the case. I don't really know for sure. I can't say one way or the other, but I didn't start with legs today because I didn't want to be too fatigued for this workout. But we're gonna hit legs now. So when it comes to exercise selection on full body, right, because I'm hitting my entire body every single day, I'm taking one day off for rest. I don't want to hit the same muscle for legs 2 days in a row, right? So yesterday I did some heavy presses. So today we're just doing some isolation stuff for the quad. Make sure I don't forget about him because, I mean, What's sexier than having some nice jack stacked and succulent quads, right? So let's go ahead and get these warmed up, and then we'll get a set in. But I do think that there's some merit to starting with legs first sometimes. As long as you're up to it, it can get some additional blood flow throughout the entire body. I've heard of some old school bodybuilders who had deficiencies in certain muscles, and they would start with some calf raises or some leg press or something like that just to get the blood flowing, and then really like hit their shoulders on the same day. And they felt like it produced some additional growth. For me, I like to save legs for the end on full body because I want to, be able to push through and not tap out. I'm doing this every day. Let's bump this weight up. Full stack. Let's go, baby. Damn it. This is definitely the machine that if you're not a custom man, you will be once you're done with this. Last exercise, we can't forget about the abs, right? I really like these cable crunches here. I'll show you how I do them. Keeping the cable above the head, right? All the way up. We're coming all the way up here. We're not stopping right here. We want to go all the way up. And the reason why we want to go all the way up too is we want that stretch all the way to the bottom portion of the belly. Strengthening the entire midsection. That's the goal. You do see some people kind of do them like this, and those are fine. I like to go all the way up. And that's it. We are done.